Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of My Horror. This is Andrew Tibbs, and let me go ahead and let you know what's been going on in my life. Right now things are a little bit funky. My wife is going through the pains of carrying our third and final child in her belly right now, and so I'll try to keep up on these videos the best I can, but they might get cut back if I get sucked away, or if we both get sucked away to the hospital to, help bring our baby boy into the world. So, I'll keep you guys posted on that as we do these videos. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about the new movie that I watched. First, sign. Gotta get started with the sign. Alright, so I know you guys look forward all week to seeing this, so let's give it to you. Alright. You get an extra scream. I think we're up to 4 now. Let's see if we can get to 30 by the end of the week. So, the movie that I watched this next time around was called The Devils Carnival. It's directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, and it features, what's the guy's name? Terrence Zadunik. It's probably German, sorry. And these are the directors and the screenwriters that worked together to create Repo the Genetic Opera, which is a movie that came out, I think, in like 2008. I'm a huge fan of musicals. I don't know if many of you guys know that about me. I love musicals. I sing them all the time when I'm at work. I've seen one production of Les Miserables. It was like at a university that Broadway was, the people involved with Broadway were kind of, circulating at different universities and showing their production. So I saw that, but I've never seen Broadway, probably because I don't want to spend $1,000 trying to see a freaking movie. So that's my one problem. But I do love musicals, and when I went to the Fright Night Horror Festival that I mentioned during the last video 2 years ago, I met this artist, this horror artist, and she did a lot of really cool stuff. A lot of cool pictures of Mike Myers, Jason Voorhees, but her real obsession, funny enough, I've never seen someone that obsessed with these movies before, her real obsession was the Repo, the Genetic Opera, the rock opera that, the two just worked on that I mentioned, and then the Devils Carnival. I went ahead and saved her card. I'm a man who likes to collect all the free things at these festivals. But here's her stuff right here, just in case any of you guys are ever interested in looking her up. But she does a lot of really cool stuff. She's a very, very good artist. But she was heavily influenced by Devil's Carnival and Repo the Genetic Opera. And so I made it a goal for my 15 movies I'd never seen before to finally look at the Devil's Carnival, and see what that one was all about. And although I myself was not the biggest fan of Repo the Genetic Opera, I thought the aesthetics were nice. I have to say, Devil's Carnival was actually a major improvement. I watched the movie, although, like I said, I like musicals, and I like my songs to be somewhat catchy. Les Mis, I can sing those songs all day. Sweeney Todd, obviously, I can sing those songs all day. Repo the Genetic Opera, I can't tell you a single song or what any of the words are to any of those songs because they just don't flow that well. I can't really sing them out. And the Devil's Carnival is really no exception. The songs during the first half of the movie, I have a really hard time trying to follow. It eventually gets better, though. The songs, as they're performed by some of these people, they get better, but story-wise, with the Devil's Carnival, somehow, I'm not sure how, but it follows the story of 3 people, 3 unfortunate souls, that based on things that they're doing in their life, they get sucked into hell, which looks like this carnival, right, a circus act, that's being run by the devil, and he puts them through tests, and he tortures them based on the crimes or what they've done on Earth. He tortures them based on what he saw in them that was wrong. And so, really, really interesting. The first character that he tortures is a kleptomaniac, this lady. And he tortures her, like he gives her a bunch of stuff, and then he takes it away, and then he, physically hurts her. There's that. There's a girl that's an extremely gullible girl. They got into a lot of trouble when she was on Earth because she just believed everything everyone said, and that got her in a heap of trouble. I'm not sure why the devil felt like she should be punished for that. I just thought, she probably learned her lesson some other way, but who am I? Who am I? Sorry. See, there you go. The last guy that the devil kind of plays with is this father who, his son was killed. And the father, in his grief and his inability to face his own grief, he decides to take his own life by cutting his wrists. And so it's very interesting to see his story played out in the movie, how the devil tests him, because I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't feel like he deserved to. I mean, the guy was grieving for his son. I don't really feel like he deserved to be tormented by the devil, but things end up better for him in the movie than the other characters anyways. And so that's the premise of the story. It's really interesting to me because I was watching this movie, and I'm still counting this as a movie. I don't care that it was 55 minutes long, okay? It's too long to be considered a short film, but it's too short to be considered a full-length feature. And so it's kind of hard to find the mix with that one. But really interesting movie. And the one thing I really liked about this as well is Terrence Zerdick. Now, he's the guy who played the grave robber from Repo the Genetic Opera, who also wrote the screenplay for Repo and wrote the screenplay for the Devils Carnival. And he also plays yours truly, the devil. I think he looks awesome. The effects in this movie were amazing. Although the songs are a hit or miss, I found myself really liking this movie by the end of it, despite the crappy songs, and I can guarantee I'll go back and watch it again. But look at how this guy looks. I don't know if you can see that. He looks like the main character from the Wishmaster series, if you guys have ever seen that before. But yeah, he looks really, really cool. And actually, the song that he sings at the end is one of the better songs of the movie. So, take that and with a grain of salt. That was really awesome. And so, yeah, the movie is pretty short. In a weird way, though, one thing I did not like about Repo is that it was not only not good music, but it was a very long movie, I felt. This one, even though the songs were hit or miss, the movie was relatively short, and so I can, I don't want to say tolerate it, because it's not like I tolerated it, because it had some redeeming values, but, it made it a lot easier to swallow. There you go. That's a good way to say it, maybe. But other few things I saw about the movie that were really cool. If you guys like Five Finger Death Punch, apparently the singer, he sings one of the songs from the movie as a hobo clown, so that was really interesting. And I don't know if this is actually going to be carried into full effect, but the writer, Terrence Zerdick, who wrote the movie, apparently he plans on doing 2 more. Maybe that's why it was only 55 minutes. It's one part of a 3-part series, and so. But then I saw online that there's a sequel to this one called Alleluia, the Devils Carnival, so I don't know if that's one of the sequels, but that one's actually a full-length movie, and so I don't know if they vetoed that idea and just decided to make a whole movie at the end, but I haven't seen that one. I was interested enough in this one, in the Devils Carnival, to maybe check that one out at a later time, but, for now, I think I'll just finish off my list and we'll go from there. Maybe next year, right? So I just thought that was really cool. Thought I'd share that with you guys, and I'll see you next time. See ya.